In our 21 days of wellness chats, we are here today with Andrea Zemrau to talk about unconventional ways of staying healthy during the holidays. Now, every one of us has heard about the usual advice on what to do, how to stay healthy, what to eat, what not to eat during the holidays. But, Andrea, I'd like to ask you, what are some unconventional ways you can share with us that we can use this season to stay healthy?
So I put my thinking cap on as I was coming up with some answers for this question. I guess I would start off probably with some energetic exercises. So a little bit about me, I'm a Reiki practitioner, certified Reiki practitioner and health coach. And I also am training to become a certified sound healer. So energy work is definitely a big part of my business. So that was kind of the first thing that came to mind, things that people probably aren't doing right now around the holidays. So I had a few exercises I'd love to share if people want to participate, or they can watch the video later and kind of keep working with that. So the first one I would do is it's called coming home to yourself. And this is all based on Eden energy medicine. So it's really simple. You just need two hands. So you put a hand on your forehead and then a hand on your lower abdomen. And you basically are just breathing in. So just a 3 count breath. And it's just really grounding and really centering. So I'll get everyone to do that with me here. So it's just 3 breaths. So in through your nose, out through your mouth. So that's a great one anytime you feel like you're very ungrounded. So what that would feel like is very anxious, or maybe you're in the hamster wheel and your thoughts are running wild. It's really great to kind of bring you back to your center. So you can do that anytime, especially during the holidays or when all this COVID stuff is happening. It's always really nice to come home to yourself. That one's great. And then a couple ones that I had for more of your immune system or your physical body. A good one is it's called the thymus thump. And basically, your thymus is an organ that's right below your sternum, and it's responsible for creating T cells, which are really important in your immune system health. So super easy. It's kind of like a Tarzan style thumping. So you're just thumping on your chest, just along that sternum bone, and you can even do the Tarzan yell, but you don't need to. And so you can do that as long as you like, and you don't have to do it too hard or anything, just as long as you're kind of stimulating that thymus organ underneath that sternum. Another one, similar, just massaging the sternum. So again, you're kind of getting that lymph system moving, you're kind of stimulating that thymus muscle. Both of these are really great if you're doing some sort of aerobic exercise, if you're running or you're outside doing a big hike or climbing the stairs even. It's great if you're having lung issues, so you're having troubles breathing, so you're coughing, or you've got asthma. Those are great ones to help in the moment or even just preventatively. Another one I'll do is it's called lung meridian. So you're flushing it basically. So a lung meridian is kind of like, it's almost like you think of it pipes. So if you've got clogged pipes, things aren't flowing as it's supposed to. So if you can get this meridian flowing, it helps your breathing. It helps, just everything kind of related to your lungs. So it's pretty easy. I don't know if you'll be able to see it that well, but you're starting at your thumb and you're tracing up your thumb, up your arm, right to kind of between your breast and your shoulder. And you're just going to rub there. So basically we're tracing that backwards to start, kind of flush everything out. And then you're going to go 3 times down your arm and then off your thumb. So just 1, and then we'll go 2, and then 3. And you want to make sure to do both sides so that you're balanced. So again, you're going to start at your thumb and work up your arm, and kind of again stopping in that point between your breast and your shoulder. And then you're going to flush it back the original way. So again, down the arm, 1, 2, and 3. So those are great ones to do again to kind of get that breathing open and lungs working like they're supposed to, especially this time of year when the seasons are changing and it's hot and it's cold and people tend to get a lot more flus and sickness. And then obviously with the COVID pandemic happening, these are all good things to get those lungs working properly. Another one is to massage those lung points. So again, that point that we stopped at the lung meridian, just between your breast and your shoulder, you just can stimulate that by rubbing. And it might be a little bit tender, which is a good sign that you maybe should be doing this more often. The lungs are also associated with grief. So sometimes when you're flushing and kind of stimulating these points, you might feel a little bit of kind of residual grief if you're going through any kind of trauma or if you're experiencing any kind of loss, just as a heads up for the emotional side in addition to the physical. So those are great things to do for your physical health, kind of get that immune system going with that thymus and then help with your lungs and your breathing. Some kind of Christmas related health hacks. So it's funny, actually, the color green is really, really good for your immune system. It oxygenates your body, it helps purify your blood. So drinking or eating green foods, those are great. It brings in a lot of chlorophyll and it really helps keep your body clean. But I mean, having green decor or even wearing green as a color, those are all great things. So Christmas is awesome for that because obviously we're bringing in the Christmas trees and we have a lot of greenery around the Christmas season. So, I mean, that's perfect. You want to embrace that for your health. And then another one, singing Christmas carols, similar to the lung exercise that we just did. It's great to kind of get your aerobic health up. So you don't think of it because you're just having fun singing, but it's actually really, really great as an aerobic exercise because you're focusing on your breathing, and especially when you're singing loud and proud, as we all should, no matter what our voice sounds like. It's actually a really, really good one for those lungs. Another one is watching what you eat. So we kind of talked a little bit about that, making sure we consume a lot of green foods. But I mean, you have to think of it as what you're consuming in general. So what you're watching on social media, what you're listening to on the news, even what you're thinking about, that's all consumption, right? And so you may be eating the best diet and eating really healthy and lots of whole foods. But if you're, on social media for hours and hours on end and you're filling your body and your mind with kind of those sometimes toxic thoughts or getting into that comparison trap, that can definitely suppress your immune system and make you feel less healthy, both physically and emotionally and mentally and everything else. So it's really important to maybe take a break from the screen sometimes and go out for a walk and get some fresh air and just get away from those potentially negative side effects of those things. Which ties me into the next one is which I is utilizing the cold. So going for a walk, that's huge. But also maybe opening your windows, even just for a minute or two, just to let some fresh air in. A lot of times, especially when it's cold outside, we kind of tend to insulate ourselves inside. And now, especially when we've got lockdown and we're not really supposed to go out to stores or go to places, it's so much easier to isolate ourselves. So you want to keep walking, you want to keep getting outside, getting fresh air, bringing it into your home through open windows. I mean, if you can, crack a window a little bit at night to let some fresh air in while you sleep. That can help bring up your immune system. Also, we've talked about before, but cold showers, I mean, those are awesome. So I'm still doing those. Yeah, you can put it on really hot to start, and then, turn it to cold at the end once your body's warmed up. And that's a great boost for your immune system. It also helps release serotonin and dopamine, all those really feel good hormones. So again, it feels counterintuitive. When it's cold outside, you're like, cold shower? No, thanks. I don't want to go for a cold shower, but it actually, trust me, it does really help, especially again, when we're not maybe moving our bodies as much. Having that kind of hot, cold shower really gets the lymph pumping and the blood moving. Those are things that you definitely want for your immune system. So, I mean, a mix of those things is always great. So you don't have to do everything, obviously, but maybe today you choose bringing in a bit more green. So you wear a green top and you have a green smoothie. And then tomorrow you make sure to go for a walk outside and you just appreciate being away from your screen and getting fresh air and enjoy being out in the cold. And you can always bring in some energetic exercises like the ones I shared above. So, I mean, lots of different options. And yeah, just get to play around with it and see what you like and what you don't like. But those would be some unconventional hacks that I'd recommend for the holiday season.
Wow, that's beautiful. Thank you so much for sharing that. Actually, as you're talking, I'm like, oh, I was wearing a green sweater right before this chat, and then I just ran and changed it. And I'm like, okay, I should have just worn that. But anyways, thank you for
There's
sharing
always
that.
time.
Right?
Yes.
I should have ran as you were chatting, but thank you for sharing those, Andrea. I think they're really great ways. And I know we talked about cold showers however many wellness chats ago, and I still continue to do that till this day because it truly helps us boost our immune system. Also, what are some unconventional ways of making New Year's resolutions? Is there anything you can share with us? Because we're also used to making regular New Year's resolutions. I'm going to hit the gym 7 times a week and lose 20 pounds and do all of those things. What are some other things we could do this year?
So I would tie back into the suggestions I just gave. I would recommend maybe doing something that's unconventional for you, right? So I mean, for myself, if I'm eating green smoothies every day, that's not necessarily something new to try for the new year. But maybe it looks like, yeah, if you've never sung Christmas carols, maybe now is the time to bring that into your repertoire. Or maybe, yeah, wearing more green if that's not a color you've ever worn before. Or yeah, trying some, I mean, the energy exercises, likely a lot of people maybe haven't tried something like that before, so it's super easy. You just need your two hands and you're good to go. So I mean, yeah, trying something that you've never tried before, I mean, that grows you. You get neural pathways, so the things that you do a lot, you'll bring these neural pathways into your brain. You get kind of stuck in your ways a little bit. So it's super great to bring something new in, try it out, see if it fits. I mean, we're always more capable of things than we think we are. So huge to try something new. So yeah, feel free to try any of the things I suggested. I mean, also you can check out, I've got an Instagram feed and Facebook page and websites. So if anybody has any questions about what I've suggested or are looking for maybe some thoughts on other unconventional resolutions to bring, feel free to contact me. So my website is azwholehealth.ca. So you can feel free to check it out there. And it's got links to my Instagram and Facebook page. And you can feel free to contact me by text or phone or message or any of the above. But yeah,
Any of the conventional or unconventional ways.
exactly. Perfect.
Thank you so much, Andrea, for joining us on this amazing episode. Thank you to all our viewers for watching us, and stay tuned for more amazing episodes coming on our 21 Days of Wellness Chats. Thank you all.